Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, welcome. If this is the first video you're watching, make sure you give it a thumbs up. Go check out my other videos. And don't forget to subscribe to my channel. Turn the bell on for notifications. That way you'll know every time I post a video. That being said, I don't post on here too often. I more or less post on Instagram, but I am going to be trying to post a little bit more on YouTube more often and really try and get this channel up off the ground and running again. So today I wanted to share with you my collection. So this isn't too much about tap. It does have some stuff in here which I'll explain, but I guess this is just a way of getting to know me a little bit better maybe. But I just really wanted to show some of the things in my collection that I really love. So yeah, so I guess we'll start with this shelf here. So this shelf here is primarily dedicated to my dance stuff, but there is a couple other things on here that I'll explain. So this is a plaque that I got when I went to Aaron Tolson's Tap to You competition in 2013. So 2013, I had the privilege of competing in Aaron Tolson's competition and taking some master classes with him. And then I also got my ribbon. I got gold that year, and it's got the Tap to You logo on it, and it just says gold. So the next thing I have on here is one of my trophies for dance, but I left my studio for 2 years and then went back for my senior year of high school. And that's what this is. So it says 13 years because that's how long I was going to the studio. But I want to say it was my 15th year, actually, in actuality, that I had been dancing. But this is my 13th year at the academy. So it was always a big thing in my studio. 10 years of dance. So all the other years after 5 years, they would put me back of the program. But at 10 years, you got to go on stage and you got to receive your trophy on stage. So this is my 10-year trophy. It used to have something on the top of it, but it was broken when we moved. But it used to have like a little dancer on the top. But I received this in 2007. I had been dancing 10 whole years. It's pretty heavy, and like I said, it was a lot bigger. It's probably another whole foot bigger, but you know, unfortunately it broke. And I still have the pieces somewhere, you know, but I never put it back together. But so it's 2018 now, so this was 10 years, you do the math. Also, two things that I keep on that trophy is this dance medal here. So I chose to go to a different dance studio with some people that had a little bit more experience that were in an adult class. And so in 2013, I received this. It's basically a participation medal. It's got the academy name on the back, and it says 2013, and it's got a little dance. I also have a Star Quest ribbon. So when I was younger, I did a lot of competitions. So the way it worked in the dance academy is you had to audition for the dance company. So I think I did probably 4 or 5 years of competition. But this is just one of the years. It's a high silver. We did get some high golds and some other things, but this particular one, I remember, was a really hard dance. Basically, it was, the music was just like swirling sounds, and there was no beat, there was no nothing. It was very, very difficult. And basically we had these big hoop skirts, and we were like supposed to be like planets. It was a modern dance, a lyrical, if you will. So yeah, it was really difficult for us. So we were pretty pleased with high silver. Then I have my pointe shoes. So these are not my first pair of pointe shoes. I do have those somewhere. I want to say they're in our storage room, but this is my second pair, and I got these my second year of pointe that I ever did. So my first year of pointe, I really excelled. I just had a cheap pair of block. I was one of the few people that got shifted up to point 2. And so I begged and begged and begged my mom to buy me Gainer Mindens because they are like one of the best point shoes on the market. I really love Gainers. Basically, they're pre-broken in and they're a little bit more flexible and more danceable, I guess. but I don't have my toe pads anymore. But yeah, these are my white shoes, my second pair, and I only wore them for 1 year and then decided that I didn't want to do point anymore and I just wanted to focus on tap. So they were very, very, very expensive, so I kind of feel bad that my mom bought them for me, but you know, anyway. The next stuff after this is primarily not really about dance, but I'll show you anyway. I have a picture that someone drew for me. It's the Ninja Turtles, and basically I got this like my junior year of high school. Our student teacher in art drew it for me because I decided to do a picture of one of the Ninja Turtles. I don't even know which one. And he kind of assumed that I was a huge Ninja Turtle fan, which, yeah, they're cool, but I'm not like super. But he drew this for me, and oh my god, it's amazing, and I still have it. So, and then this is a ball from a minor league baseball game that I went to. In my hometown, they do minor league baseball games, and Martin Rivera, I think. There's a famous baseball player, and then so his son was in minor leagues, and he played for this team, and he signed the ball for me. So there's that. Got this on my 21st birthday. Just this 21, it's a little mason jar. 21, ready for fun, yay. This is a picture of me. This was my school picture from when I was 16, my junior year. There I am. I used to be kind of a scene kid. So that's me. I got this for Christmas. It's an incense thing, but I just thought it was cool. It's got dragons on it. I am a huge Game of Thrones fan, so I was super happy about this. The next thing I want to talk about is this right here. Oh boy. Uh-oh, it won't come out.
6.5 hours later.
I just put a hole in this thing. The next thing I want to talk about, now that I've gotten it down, is my school letter. I'm not going to tell you where I went to school, but it's an L. Our colors are red and white. And so, you know, typically this would go on like a Letterman jacket, but my school didn't do Letterman jackets. But it was customary that your freshman year, if you're in any clubs, you get a letter. And then throughout your high school years, you put all your pins that you... Oops. So then throughout your high school year, you put all your pins on it that you received during the during your time in high school. So I'm not going to go through every pin, but I will just kind of explain. You know, we went to Disney World 2012 with band, so I got that. I got my little Disney pin that I received. Music in the Parks, we went to Virginia Beach 2010 for band, so I got that. Here's another one from Disney. So every year that you're in band, you get a pin. So this is always your first one, and then you get a bar every year after that. Except my senior year, I believe, yeah, so you get a pin of what you played. And I got a clarinet pin. So that was my senior year. Same thing for choir. You get a star every year that you're in choir. I got 2 drama pins, and then these over here are probably my favorite. I was in multimedia in high school, which is basically film class. I was a film nerd in high school. Fun fact, I actually got accepted to a college for video production, and I didn't end up going. And my junior year, our teacher was leaving. She was going back to California. So before she left, she gave everyone that was very special to her, and it was only certain people, she gave them something to, I guess, remember her by. And I was lucky enough to get some of her pins from when she used to work, you know, she used to get pins for different things when she worked in the industry. So I have one, an ABC Sports one, I have CBS 1992 Olympics, ABC Sports. This is from the Academy Awards, the 50th anniversary, and you know, she went there, and Keep in mind that she was like, you know, PR for, you know, a lot of famous people, and so she went to a lot of these big events. So I have, you know, all kinds of pins from, you know, places that she's been, the Olympics, the Academy Awards. So those are very near and dear to my heart. This shelf is things that my husband and I have collected from places we've been. This is from New Hampshire, and it smells like pine. It's a little pillow. It says, filled with fresh balsam fir. Smells good. I also have a little Alamo replica. When we went to the Alamo, it says San Antonio, Texas on it. This is a collection of shells that I got when we went to Port Aransas this year. We camped out on the beach and we walked the beach, and I found all kinds of shells, and then I picked up this cute little jar and put them all in there, and it says Life's a Beach, Port Aransas. This is from the Austin Aquarium. My husband and I went down to the Austin Aquarium and we got us a little stingray because that was his favorite part, was feeding the stingrays. Also have some more shells from the Austin Aquarium. This is a glass piece from the Space Needle in Seattle. I have not been to the Space Needle, but my husband went out to Seattle with his brother and brought this back for me. And then we also have this. This is a stone plaque that my husband brought me back from the Hoover Dam. He, again, went out there with some friends of his. I did not go, but he brought this back. So before we moved into our new house, we had a fireplace with a mantle, and so that's where we would put all that stuff, but now we don't have a mantle, so we put it up here. The last and final shelf is probably my favorite. So, as you can see, there's a lot of film stuff up here. So this is my 1930s film projector. I believe it's the 30s. My husband and I looked. It could have been earlier. I can't remember, but it's somewhere between the 20s and 30s. It still works, and this is my prized possession. It is extremely rare. I've never seen another one like it. Actually, my dad's friend found it in a dumpster. He found this big box, which I still have. It's in the other room. And he opened it, and it was a film projector, and so he brought it over and said, here, I don't want it, do you want it? And you know, I said, yeah, of course, like, I'll take it, because I collect vintage film stuff, because I'm a film nerd. Really vintage media is what I collect, because I do have like some records and some 8-tracks and other things up here. But basically, it's a DeVry Model C film projector, but what happened is there's a company called QRS, and there's also DeVry, and I think QRS was bought by DeVry. I can't remember. It was one or the other. Either QRS was bought by DeVry or DeVry was bought by QRS. And during the transition, some film projectors came out, very few, and this is one that was from the transition between one company to the other. So I've never found another one like it. But if anybody knows anything about these film projectors, leave it in the comments. I would definitely like to know. Someday I would like to get it appraised. That way I know what it's really worth. I don't let anybody touch it, even my husband. I've never put film on it, but I've definitely plugged it in, and it still works. So then I have these two cameras up here. They are both Asahi Pentax. So this one I've had for a long time. This is a Asahi Pentax K1000, and it's very old. I've had it for a while. This one, a friend of mine actually sent it to me, but yeah, he had found it somewhere, I think at like a flea market or something, and he knows that I collect stuff like this. And it actually belonged to a Vietnam War veteran who, you know, took pictures with it while he was over in Vietnam, and yeah, and then now it's in my possession, so that's a really cool piece. Also have this. This is a Kodak camera, or no, it's a Polaroid, I'm sorry. This is a Polaroid 430, and basically it opens and then this comes out. And I'm not going to open it because I have the hardest time putting it back in because it's very old. But basically it comes out and then you would, you know, take the picture like this. I think it's from the 70s, maybe 60s, I'm not sure. But if anybody knows anything about cameras and you know anything about these cameras in specific, definitely leave some comments below. I'd love to read them. So then up here, this is a picture that my parents got me. My favorite band of all time is Atreyu, and this is the drummer and singer of Atreyu, and he started his Black Cloud Collective, and my parents met him by chance. They didn't know that he was going to be at this concert that they went to, but yeah, so I have a signed picture by him. This is not a clothespin. This is a CP47. And for film nerds out there that know what that is, I've never called this a clothespin, and that's because we would get in trouble in high school in my multimedia class if we called it a clothespin, because it's a CP47, which is an industry term for a clippy that hangs gels onto lights. So it's just a giant one that I got at like Home Goods or something. I just thought it was really cool, and my whole room used to be zebra, so it matched everything in my room. This is something my brother also found in the dumpster, and basically it's just a film canister of Guess Who's Coming to Dinner. That's really all it is. But yeah, it's got a RCA Victor record in there of God knows what. I don't even know. And just an extra thing for my film projector that doesn't fit when it's on the shelf. Okay, and then I just have some 8 tracks here. I have Jay Giles Band, and I'm not even sure what this is. I just thought they were really cool. You know, a few years back, before I even met my husband, before anything, we were staying at a friend's house, and I had found these. So, and she said I could have them. So yeah, that's what those are. And last but not least, I have some records. Now, I do not have a record player. I just thought these were really cool. These are some old records that my parents had and that I kept. So Rolling Stones Greatest Hits. Let's see, what else do I have? Blondie, of course. Gotta have Blondie. I have The Police, which I thought was really cool. And I'm sure all these records probably still work. I don't know. And then Elton John. And so I just keep them up here. I wish I had more room to display them, but I don't. So yeah, that is my collection shelf. And I'm kind of a weird person. I collect a lot of weird things, but I'm totally okay with that. Yeah, so thanks for watching this video. If you liked it, definitely give it a thumbs up. Make sure you subscribe to my channel down below and click the notifications bell so you will be notified every time I post a video. Follow me on Instagram because I will have more content over there than I do on YouTube until I really get a chance to start shooting more YouTube videos. Then at some point I'm going to transfer solely to YouTube. So yeah, thanks for watching, guys. Bye.